Coming to the podium is a man who has a 78% knockout percentage. 6 of his last 7 opponents, former world champions. 3 of them, he took away their straps. He's the unified welterweight champion of the world. He's known as The Truth. Big Fish, man down, Errol Spence Jr.
I'd like to thank everybody for being here. This is the biggest fight I feel like in boxing right now. This is a legendary fight. This is definitely an old school fight. This is the fights that my dad used to talk to me about and older people tell me about, where you had Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy Hearns, you had Duran and all them, you had De La Hoya and Trinidad fighting. You had the best fighting the best. And finally, we at this point where, me and Terrence Crawford had to get on the phone, talk about it, and now, it's finally happening. The best fighting the best. I feel like this is an old school fight, creme de la creme, and this is going to prove not only the best welterweight in the world, it's going to prove who the best fighter in the world is. If you know my mentality, it's to win, it's to go all out, give it everything. His mentality is the same thing. So I want everybody to tune in July 29th, come to the fight, because we're going to have a crawfish boil. So everybody make sure they're there, man. It's going to be enough for everybody, I promise you that.
6 of his last 7 opponents were former champions, and 3 of them he took the strap from. Now, that's not an impressive resume. I don't know what it is. That's more impressive than Crawford's. I don't even think he took the strap off 3 current champions. I think he got his vacantly. But like they said, this is really a bigger fight than Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao, because Floyd versus Manny Pacquiao wasn't for all the belts at welterweight. Manny had already been put on his ass and put on the dirt a couple times. This is bigger than Floyd and Oscar, because Oscar had already had a loss right there. Like, this is the biggest fight since Hagler and Hearns, really. No, since Hearns and Sugar Ray. But one of them already had a loss at the time. But this is a fight on that magnitude. We have 2 undefeated fighters whose record adds up to over 70 wins, over 57 knockouts, and no losses. So this is big, and this is for everything. This is for the first welterweight champion in a 4-belt era. So this fight has all the meanings, all the makings, and it has great stars in it. Crawford could have been a much bigger star if they moved him right and had him fight the correct people, but still, he's a star in himself. He's still undefeated. He still has 39 fights with 30 knockouts. And even though his dad threw in the towel, he still stopped Sean Porter, because Kenny threw in the towel. But like Earl said, this is the fight. Tank and Ryan, yes, that was a good fight. It was a nice fight, but it didn't really hold much implications. It was my boy Tank putting on the show, and Ryan coming out there to get put to bed. But this is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, a true pick'em fight. But if you have a boxing eye, you already know who to pick, which is Errol the Truth, because Earl's gonna walk through this, man. But I don't want to take nothing away from Bud, because I want Earl to get all his flowers after he defeats this man. But you can see the tensions are starting to rear up into this interview, because they're holding back. These are 2 alphas that's ready to just assert their dominance, but they can't. They hold it back. But like, share, and subscribe, and smash the notification bell so you can catch the new videos every time I drop. And this your boy Upper Echelon, and I'm out.